that, I mean, I think I grew up in the 80s when you went to a fashion show, and a fashion show was a fashion show, and it showed fashion. And I think from college it was about doing something that was a little bit unusual. You can go back to our showroom and you can get a white shirt and a black pair of trousers, but I'm not really going to show that on the runway because I want to do a fashion show. And so I think that's something that has been inground into me ever since I saw the Duran Duran video Rio, of like, it's got to be something a little bit more. And with menswear, I think that women's wear you can go a little bit further, but with menswear there is a certain restriction as well on that, which I kind of like, to be restricted in the confines of menswear. And so, I don't know, we have a fashion show, we want to show fashion, we want to show
incredible tailored pieces, and we want to show an explosion of fabrications
but
and colors.
for example, look number 2 is basically a plaid shirt, but the trousers that have gone with it are like the new version of our low crotch trouser. So instead of the crotch being down to the knee, the volume is coming out towards the side. So it's like, it's not yes, it's got a low crotch, but it's moving the crotch kind of over to the side of the trouser. And now that is, it's not actually a tweak, it's actually a complete circle.
But I think there's a term called a purposeful, or, it's us. Listen, our story is our story, but it's about taking what we did last season, and it's like, how do you chop up the proportion to create something new? It's still the continuation of Duckie Brown, but it's shifting it around, which is what Stephen's always talking about. And I think that's what, one of the what is of interest to us, is how can we shift the proportion around.
But we have these interesting pieces, but then we also have this, it's like we've got the interesting trouser, and then we've got the piece that grounds it, which is the plaid shirt. And the plaid shirt is like a plaid shirt. I mean, it's a beautiful lock Karen. No, it's lock Karen. It's a plaid that was developed in Scotland, and it's a beautiful, expensive wool. And the plaid shirt is a 2-pocket plaid shirt with buttons and a cuff. It's like standard. But then there's a welt pocket where you can put your hands in it, which makes it slightly different. I mean, it's not like revolutionary or anything, but it's kind of like a new version of a kind of coat, a jacket shirt. There's something grounded in every piece in every look that we've got. I mean, some of them, there is a bit whacked out. There's a little bit of a whacked out thing in the middle.
Listen, we're doing a show, and we have a huge sense of humor, and we're going to share that with you. And, at the end of the day, it's a show, and we want your blood to boil. Love it, hate it, makes no difference to us. Of course, we want you to love it, but we want you to have a reaction to it. I don't want you to come to our show and go, yeah, I've seen that before. I mean, what's the point of that?
But they have seen a plaid shirt.
Well, yeah, I haven't seen our plaid shirt. Yes. I think clothing can be like music. It can take you somewhere else.
I saw a guy this morning walking to this show, and he was a very handsome 25-year-old guy. This is a good one. And he had a great body, but you couldn't see it because of what he had on. Like, the coat he had on was, there's oversized, that is fashion, but this guy had like oversized because the shoulders was down here, but it wasn't meant, this guy was not a fashion person, so you knew it wasn't that oversized look, but it was like, if he had just got the coat with the shoulder where it ends on his shoulder, and it got, the khakis were too big, and they were like too if he'd got like a slightly narrower trouser. No, I'm not saying turning him into a fashion victim. I don't, it's not a skin-tight jean and a fucking, it's not like this jacket I've got on that I can hardly breathe in, but it's like,
I can breathe in mine.
It's like a corset.
I guess I can take.
It's not like this corset jacket I've got on.
I guess I can go down to a double.
But it was just,
XS.
I think I hate saying the average man, but the guy that, isn't a fashion designer or isn't involved in fashion, that wants to learn about, it just, first of all, go to the gym, or go on a walk, or do yoga. Get your body into good shape. That's number one.
I think number 2 is whatever size you think you are, you're probably a size smaller.
Yes. Make it fit you, because you want to look good. And even a big guy wear something that's a little, not tight is the wrong word, but
Snug.
no, not snug.
I think it should be fitted in a little snug. I think guys think it only fits if they can throw a football in it.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a piece of clothing, you know, guys. You're not playing sports in
This
it.
guy would have looked 25 pounds lighter if he just had some clothes that are a little bit more.
He needed 2 sizes smaller.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the advice that I would give the
Well, I think
regular
any young
guy.
guy who wants to look a little more sophisticated, a little more adult-like, is make sure your clothing is fitted and tailored, and make sure you spend, money on a couple of really key pieces.
And
Like,
there's not.
it's a great suit. It's a great suit that will take you anywhere. It's a great white shirt.
Take you anywhere. It's like Michael Kors.
It's a black robe, and I said, and I think it's a couple of great cashmere sweaters.
You know what? It's a pair of fucking jeans that fit you like a glove and a white t-shirt. Boom, that's it.